Wanted to show a local business prospecting workflow that we've built and show it basically in action. So I've actually shown this table before, but I just wanted to run through it in a little bit more detail because I think it's actually, I think it's pretty awesome to be honest. It completely automates finding new leads. The only thing you literally have to do is every now and again just click the plus icon here and then type in the type of leads that you want to pull in essentially. So I just want to show you something here. So this is like our list of targeting and things like that. And we're basically just cycling through and running through different keywords. So for example, carpenter, roofing, you name it for local businesses. And then we're doing it specifically in Australia here, but targeting each individual region. And the way that it works is, I'll show you, and this is all completely automated, by the way. So the way that it works, I'll show you a live search here. So let's say I pull in here and I go to, where's the next city we got here? Perth. Let's just type in Perth, Western Australia. Cool. Just expand this out a bit. Go back. Cool. And then drop down and do free text. And we're usually using the preferred Google API because it returns more results and more accurate results. So then carpenter, but it's 1 credit per thing. And then click submit. So you can see here we've got 183 out of 808. Obviously we've got a search running already, but you're going to see basically how easy this is. And this is just as this number goes up, this is just the leads being verified. But this is just a really, really easy, simple way to build these lead lists. So essentially what we're doing is we're scraping Google Maps using Clay. It's pulling all of this information. So, the Maps URL, the website, the company name, the phone number. Normally it's a mobile number because these are obviously local small businesses. So normally they'll have a mobile. In Australia, it's 04 as a mobile, I think, 9 times out of 10. Rating, reviews, etc. What we're doing is we're normalizing the domain just because we're going to start scraping the domain. Now, what we do is we scrape we don't actually need the Facebook URL, but we scrape the Facebook URL using Zenrose. We pull the company description, and we also scrape the website for any emails. So a lot of times this might be like an info at, admin, hello at, whatever, that kind of thing. Ignore the phone numbers thing. It's somewhat accurate, but not always. Then what we're doing is sometimes these. So for example, here's a good example here. So it has like the mobile plus / info at, right, and it's just pulling that whole thing. So what I'm asking AI to do here is to format the email so that it's pulling out like the actual email, right? Then we have a waterfall. So these are all the emails that are on the website from the Zenrose scrape, right? Which sometimes it doesn't get everything. Then we format it so that we've got like a normalized email essentially, because sometimes the data is a bit off or weird looking. Then we use Claygen and we use 4.0 Mini to basically if we haven't found the email with the website scrape, we're asking Claygen to then try and find find the email on the website, and sometimes it will find it. So you can see here, hasn't found it here, but it's found it here, right? And then we merge those together, and then we also run. Now we don't actually run this as a conditional because sometimes we don't run as a conditional, but I think maybe that's the only thing I'll probably change and configure. But then we're doing Prospero, and we're finding what's it called? Find email address associated with the domain. So we're using association with the domain. And then we're pulling the Prospero emails. Then we're merging all of the email columns. And then what we're doing is we're using Enrichly. The reason why I use Enrichly is because it does the catch-all verification. We're pulling that, and then we're pushing out the final valid emails. And you can see here already in this time that I've been doing the video, we found like an extra 40 or 50 leads or whatever, and it's just running automatically, right? Then what we do is we use Claygen to find the company founders on the website. And sometimes it will pull like several names. So it's very difficult to ask it to find and pull just one. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily work. So I just say pull the names of the founders. And then I ask it to use AI to basically just pull the first name of one of the founders, right? So you can see here it's pulling one of the names. Then what we're doing, because we're using the location in the copy, we are normalizing the location, because a lot of times the location kind of data looks like this, right? So it's obviously we're not sending all this. So we use AI to normalize the location. for the copy. And then we're also putting this is a very easy variable, but just mentioning the rating that they have on Google using the what's it called, the rating here. And that's a very simple line. And then we're also, just to personalize it a little bit, obviously these are local business owners, so it works a little bit better. If I was reaching out to like tech and stuff, I would not use something like that. Then we're using a PS line here, which is just the local, like a local restaurant. So we're basically pulling this address and then asking to AI to find a restaurant that's nearby. And then essentially just putting that in the PS line, essentially. And then what we're also doing is because we're taking lots of different industries and pushing them to Smart Lead, we want to categorize them properly. So what I've done is I built a prompt here that essentially normalizes the company name and the URL and basically spits out the category or like which niche this is in. And I've given it the niches that it needs to basically categorize it by, right? So it's not going to be anything else. It's not going to output like a random thing. It's only going to output one of these niches, depending on, depending on the where are we actually putting that? Yeah, depending on the company name here and the URL. So we're actually asking it to go to the URL and then check, obviously, and pull that information there. And it's pretty accurate. I'd say maybe like 95% accurate. Yeah, you can see all of these are carpenter. As you can see, that's actually what I put in, but then some of them are kitchen renovations company. But yeah, I would say that they're pretty accurate. And then we're pushing it to Smart Lead, and you can see here that that's just quite literally running automatically, right? So if we wanted to add more leads, we'd click here and we go to the next location. I just take these off, go to Adelaide. Go to Adelaide. Yeah, as you can see, if we put in Adelaide, South Australia here, and we zoom out and we just expand the radius a little bit, and then we go to free text, and then carpenter, and then submit that again, and then that'll go through that whole workflow again. So obviously it's not, you're getting maybe 25% of the leads are actually like you can see here, we're putting in 1,000 leads and we've got 25 that have verified email addresses. So it's not it's not got the best coverage in that sense, but you can see how simple this is to then create lists. Once you've got this like workflow and it's pre-built, you obviously maybe have someone managing it and just making sure that it's running smoothly, but it runs pretty damn smoothly. And you can just set this so that on a weekly basis you add a whole bunch of leads or whatever it is, and then you're able to do your outreach to these local businesses. So I hope you found this video useful. If you want us to build these kinds of workflows for you so that you can automate a large part of your sales motion, sort of the more manual side of things, then feel free to book in a call below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.